Hello, everybody. We are back. It's the Benjamin Bloom Show, and it is the post-match, full-time match review for Fulham 0, Brentford 2. Huge win for Brentford in this one. Get involved in the chat. Let me know what you think. As it says there, Brentford close to 1 point of Fulham, but bigger news for Leeds and for West Brom at the top of the table now. A chance for a 10-point gap. The perfect result for that top two. West Brom about to play, kicking off in 30 minutes at 3 o'clock at home to Birmingham, and Leeds play tomorrow at Cardiff. In terms of the title race, this is not what we wanted, but if you're a Leeds and West Brom fan, you'll be very pleased. And if you're a Brentford fan, you will also be very, very pleased. They played it well. They hung in there. They played Mitrovic pretty well, always touch tight whenever he was in the box with crosses coming onto him. And at the end, a relatively quiet Benrahma with the key goal on 89 minutes, and then Marcondes with another one to substitute on 91 to make it a 2-0 victory to Brentford. We had a look at the first half in, obviously, the half-time review. Not too much happening in the first half in terms of chances. The biggest one fell to Bobby Reid. Really good football. Slid in on 14 minutes, shifted his body and got the ball onto his right foot, hit the crossbar there. Knockout, unlucky in the second phase with a loopy curler there. Otherwise, the first half was pretty tight. Mitrovic trying to work over Pinnock and Janssen. Decent enough battle in the first half there. Possession for both teams, but Fulham unable to get Kearney in the vital positions. Brentford unable to get Benrahma in the vital positions there. So 0-0 at half time. Get your comments in this. We'll go to them just after I've finished doing the second half. Hit the thumbs up button if you're here and get involved in the comments on a big win for Brentford. So into the second half on 49, Knockout, lovely reverse ball into Reid, into the box, right-hand side. He tries the low cross to pick out Mitrovic, but as I said today, the battle between Janssen, Raya, and Pinnock and Mitrovic was won by the Brentford defence. Mitro did, however, have the ball in the net on 52 minutes. He went early. The cross wasn't meant for him, but gets to Mitrovic. He slides it in, but he was clearly offside as the replays showed. Adoy gets up on 57. He's supporting, then tries the right footer from a long way out. And it's deflected wide. Mitro wins the header from the corner, but again, with all of the headed chances we've talked about Mitrovic getting today, he never managed to get a run. If he did get ahead, they were still touch tight, and it's easily saved by Raya. 60. Kenny and Benrahma both pop up on the ball, reminding me they're there, reminding me they are the vital creative players in these teams, and reminding me that they're not in the game enough for the first hour. Joe Bryan gets well forward down the left-hand side on 64, swings it into the 6-yard box. This is the one time Mitrovic gets a quarter of a yard, a half a yard on Janssen. He is still touch tight though. He's in the 6-yard box. He needs to glance it again, like we said about Watkins in the first half, and it's straight at Raya. I said they played him well. That was maybe the one time that Janssen just gave Mitrovic. Look, if he gives him more space, he definitely scores. So still tight enough, such a hard player to play against in this division. But Raya is there, the last line to make the save. We come up, here come the substitutions. But, and Premier League take note of this, the intensity does not drop in this championship game when the substitutions start. It was Baptiste in for Fosu. So remember, Mbeumo not playing today down the right-hand side. Fosu starting Mbeumo with COVID-19, asymptomatic. He's okay. He's just isolating. So in comes Baptiste. Marcondes going to be key in these two breakaway goals. He comes in for Jensen. Watkins finds some space on the left. He blasts over just after that sub. Ivan Cavallero comes in for Naiskins Cabano on 71. Baptiste into the game here, does well to beat Dennis Adoy on the right. Good crossing position there. Box is populated, but he cannot find the cross there on 74. Brentford showing a few signs of coming out here, 75. Good movement. They're getting bodies forward. The territory looks good in their favour. Dalsgaard ends with the ball, puts the long ranger wide. Harry Arter. Dalsgaard out to De Silva. Another good move. Again, the box loaded this time. And bit of a poor decision from De Silva. He tries a spectacular curler to the far corner when a cross would have been better, and he misses. You can see the tide starting to turn. Hopefully you don't think I'm being wise after the event. I have got it in my notes there. Harry Arter comes in for Harrison Reed. I agree with the commentary. Harrison Reed played well here. He's a bit stiffer than Arter in midfield. Maybe Arter a bit more creative, but certainly good options there for Fulham in that position. Here comes Dennis Adoy down the right. Mitrovic with Janssen again. Again, Mitrovic gets the header, but they are tight enough. They did enough. Mitrovic didn't score. I'm sticking to my story. I think they played him well today. And that's how you've got to look at it in the Championship. If he doesn't score, you've played him well. If he doesn't get an assist, you've played him well. Defending the crosses well. Now, here comes Ben Rama from the free kick. Disappointing here. Misses the target. On 84, it is Joel Valencia in for Josh De Silva. Pinnock up from the corner on 86. Header is easy for Rodak. And here comes the huge goal, the big goal, no doubt, celebrated by Slaven Bilic and Marcelo Bielsa as well. Exactly what the top two wanted. 88 minutes. Brentford take the lead. Killer goal in the promotion race. Possibly. Can they take advantage now, West Brom unleashed? Marcondes, it's a give and go. It's not exactly a 1-2, more a give and go, like I say. Slides it into Norgard. Marcondes continues the run, and he vitally holds his run. And it's Michael Hector, who, if he just stepped up, is going to play him offside. But he receives the ball in an onside position, spins out, heads into the box. Now, and unlike De Silva minutes before, Marcondes sticks the cross above, across the box here. Watkins is ahead of his man. He can't convert it. But Adoy has left Benrahma behind. Benrahma, as all wingers should do when the ball comes the other side, get your backside in the box. We know he's probably got one of the best techniques in the league, and he's going to control the shot, sticks it into the net. Big goal for Brentford. But as I say, possibly even bigger goal for Leeds and West Brom if they can take advantage. Late time to take the lead for the Bees. Couple more substitutions following that. Johansson comes in for Bobby Reid. Jasper, I've not seen him play before, comes on for Anthony Knockaert. Arter takes a yellow card and Fulham force a corner. It's Mitrovic in the box. Again, I'm going to say it. They played him well today, just blocking him out at the end. And here comes the breakaway. Fulham, obviously, as they have to, pile players into the box to try and get that equaliser. But it's cleared and it's out to Benrahma. Here comes the big counter-attack. Fulham players charging back. Brentford players charging forward. One of them is Marcondes, who has got fresh legs because he's only been on the pitch about 10 minutes, but he's already got an assist to his name, and he's going to get a goal because Benrahma, of course, having just scored, has got the bit between his teeth. He switches the play over to Marcondes. It's the right pass at the right time from Benrahma in the big moments. He did it again for Brentford. Here comes Marcondes on the right-hand side. There's loads of moving parts in the box now, so Marcondes does really well. Could it be selfish? No, it is the right decision. Marcondes cuts inside one, cuts inside two. It opens up for him whilst the extra bodies punch the hole. And he finishes off that move, and he finishes off Fulham, and does he finish off the promotion race within the first game of us being back here? Because, as I say, that now leaves it open for West Brom to go 9 points ahead of Fulham and Leeds tomorrow, potentially to go 10 points ahead. Big performance by Brentford. Not necessarily vintage Brentford in terms of we've seen them dominate possession, but look, for goodness sake, they're going away to third place in the league. What this does say, if you are a Brentford fan, is my often calling Brentford flaky over the past few years. They were not flaky today. They were playing against the division's top scorer. They were playing against a very good possession team, and they held out. They held out without necessarily dominating the ball and creating a ton of chances. And they picked them off in the end with 2 goals. It's a very handy performance by Brentford. And if you're a Brentford fan, you'd be terribly happy with that, especially given the way the 2 centre-halves managed to keep Mitrovic, Knockaert, et al. Cabano, Kearney as well, very quiet today, out. Big result, first game back. Let me have a look at your comments here and we'll see what you guys have got to say. Mally with a Leeds badge. The stars are lining up nicely. There's a theme here. Ferrari, let's go, marching on together. Now is the chance for Leeds. We will be here tomorrow doing Cardiff versus Leeds. Big chance. But at least Leeds know they can go there and get a draw, and they have not lost any ground. Brentford have done Leeds and West Brom a favour. Here, Kieran says, get in. Bad result. Just need a win tomorrow. Jaggy says 10 points clear tomorrow. Elliot, who I believe is a Brentford fan, says, get in, Benny boy. Yeah, excellent work from Brentford. Really sharp performance. He says bees are going up and they've just beaten a direct promotion rival away from home. You know, if you're going in those playoffs, you've got to beat a top 6 team. Fulham are now coming up, as they kept saying in the commentary, against most of the top 5. Max, not unhappy with his Leeds badge. I bet he's not. Job done, Brentford. Some good goalkeeping on display. Indeed, I think indeed, Raya. And let's talk about Janssen and Pinnock, the centre halves. An old Leeds guy doing Leeds a favour today. Elliot says it's okay, you can go. We are targeting West Brom. Still a fair way back, but as it says on the ticker, Brentford close to 1 point of Fulham. Chance for Leeds to increase gap over Fulham to 10 points. And by definition, that means a chance for West Brom to go 9 points. Azuz says, marching on together, let's go. Elliot's getting excited here. The Brentford fan says, if West Brom drop points today, then Friday is massive. He's called me Benny Boy again. I'll let him away with it because he's happy. Tom says, Harrison Reed was man of the match by a mile. The game changed when he went off. Maybe Tom is onto something there. Maybe the defensive assurance there. Although, if I'm a Fulham fan, I do want to see Fulham go for it with 10 minutes to go, but it backfired. Russell says Brentford deserved the points. Played well, decent performance there. Marcondes definitely has more confidence without a crowd. Cool, calm, and collected. Nazim says Benrahma on fire. He does tend to pop up in the big moments. I know people find it frustrating sometimes, but he definitely goes into that. Too good for the Championship division. I hope for his career and his sake, he gets a chance at the top division, a chance to make that money for him and his family. Will he get it with Brentford? Will he go up with Brentford and transfer anyway? Philip, that's naughty, Philip. Fulham fans a little more vocal than normal. Some other games going on. Mally says Derby have gone 2-1 up. Let me know what's happening in the other games. Top 2 sorted now, thinks Marcus. Mikey flashing a B up there for me. He says, you don't want to lose Fulham from the Championship, do you? Hey, Mikey, if I get Norwich, Villa and West Ham, I'll happily swap. Nothing against any of those teams, but very good for the views, let's just say. Elliot says the top 2 not necessarily done if West Brom drop points. Yes, I had forgotten about that. Next game, and I had a ticket for this game, probably downstairs somewhere on my calendar. Yes, Next game is Brentford versus West Brom. So Brentford fans all going to be wanting Birmingham, the Blues, to do them the favour today. Ronnie, LUFC Paul says, get in there. Leeds fans very, very happy with this. Jay's getting ahead of himself there. Jay says, if Leeds win tomorrow, are they as good as promoted? Never say never where Leeds in the Championship are concerned. But 10 points with 8 games to go. You'd take that, wouldn't you? Jesus. Luke says, get in. Brentford can calm down now. Playoffs is good for them. Tom says 3-1 baggies will do. Then Leeds draw tomorrow. Perfect weekend. There you go. Got to have some balance here. Tom with the Albion point of view. There they are about to kick off against Blues. Leeds players know what is required tomorrow. They know what to do. Pressure. Is the pressure on Leeds now? Big chance tomorrow. Big, big chance. Where did I get to in the chat? Loads of excellent commentary. Mally says, is this a good sign for away teams? Possibly. Derby sound like they're winning. Swansea were 3-0 up at half-time. I haven't checked the scores. We're focusing on this one. Finn says, if we beat Cardiff tomorrow, West Brom don't lose at Brentford, then we don't lose against Fulham. That's a good point as well. There is another caveat. Leeds playing Fulham next. These results really could go in Leeds' favour. If West Brom don't win, then you get that draw. That would be the perfect storm for Leeds. Marcus says, Forest will beat Brentford in the playoffs. I have seen Forest win at Brentford firsthand. Rico says, all bees, aren't we? Andrew, I'm sorry. He says he hates football so much. There you go. A Fulham fan there, disappointed. Brentford did a number of them. Leather Sandals agrees, all bees, aren't we? And Billy says we need to finish Fulham off next week. It is in Leeds' hands. Zayon says, thank you to Brentford. Charles says, if, could means nothing. Well, it's a 6-point gap or a 7-point gap, with a game in hand. That means a lot. Let me just say that. Liam says, Brentford normally hurt Leeds at the end of the season. They've helped us this time. Luke says, thinks Fulham would handle the pressure better than Brentford. Loads of brilliant comments in. Here is Joe with a Brentford badge. UBs up Brentford. Really good win for Brentford today. Do I think Millwall fans would have given Rooney a nice reception? I'm sure they would. They would have had lots of views on his waistline and his hairline, Mikey, wouldn't they? There we go. Colm, 3 away wins so far. Cue the Fulham tanking comments. There we go. Burrett in freefall. We will do a review of all of the games. Let's just focus a little bit more, if I can bring it back here to Fulham 0, Brentford 2. Let's just have a little look through some of the stats there. If we can look overall, 54% to Brentford winning the possession, 10 attempts to 6, 5 attempts to 4 on target. Remember, Fulham did hit the bar in the first half, and that attempt off target from Knockout, very, very close. 3 block shots apiece, 4 saves by Raya to 3 to Rodak. Brentford on top in the passing as well, 477 to 453, 395 to 377. Completed 5 corners to 2. That looks to me, by my eye test and by all of the stats and metrics, like a very handy performance by the Bees for Brentford. Let me just have a quick little look-see on Infogol, just so we can see how the other results are going in respect of the playoffs. Swansea have won 3-0, so temporarily, I believe, they will. No, they won't go above Preston. I think they'll join them and just be below them on goal difference. As we have been reported, Derby, Louis Sibley has scored 2. God, what an impact that young guy is having for Derby. I'm sure the Derby fans will be very excited about Sibley. Let me just check the league table very, very quickly here. So Derby will move on to 54 points, level with Millwall and Cardiff. Remember, Cardiff, difficult game. Could be a nice weekend for Derby if some other results go in their favour. Remember, Blackburn and Bristol City playing, so that has to go in Derby's favour as well. Do we have to start looking at them as the playoff chase hots up. Let's hope the playoff chase hots up, maybe as the top two chases cooling down. Let's see what happens over the next 24 hours. Let me just throw this little ad up there for Patreon. You can support me on Patreon. All the content will be ad-free on there. You can also support me on YouTube with a donation or a super chat. That would be fabulous. Going to be out of work in September, so let's try and start making some dollar out of doing this. If you've enjoyed my my content, then please get involved and support. I would love to serve you, so to speak. Let's just check out some comments before we go. Mike says, I watched the Fulham Brentford game and the Watford Leicester game at the same time. Championship game, a lot more pace and excitement. Yeah, we may get more technique in the Premier League. However, definitely, and the intensity was good. Azuz asks, playoff candidates. I've said for a while, it only seems to really be sixth place up for grabs. Derby making a run. Swansea making a run. Look, this is going to change game on game. And remember that points per game does become quite friendly around the playoffs because everyone will beat everyone. Andrew lamenting Parker gets too scared if it's level in the final 10. Poor mentality, Parker won't take us up. Bilic and Bielsa are too savvy to let those autos slip now. Parker and Frank are wet behind the ears to push them. True, but good job by Thomas Frank today. The twists and turns will continue, says Charles. I think we all agree with that. Fulham, the form team before the break? Question mark. No. Watching the Duke. That's my paranoia kicking in. Jutkovic up against. You want him to play well today if you're a Leeds fan. Luke's going to donate 100 quid if I shave my head. Luke, you need some extra noughts on that one, buddy. Not happening. Hamu says, Ben Rama, the Algerian golden boy. Absolutely. What a player. What a great, great player. Here we go again. Phillips, West Brom or Knockout. This season, I'd have Phillips. Not been too great. The gaming, Knockout that is. The gaming channel says, yes, Brentford marching on together. All Leeds aren't we? Mike says, Fulham took their best player off with 15 to go. Can't remember his name. The ginger lad, Harrison Reed. And Mike, Hip to Game, reiterates my point. The main stage. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will be back here. I'm looking forward to this one tomorrow now, especially if West Brom don't win. I think we're going to have every Leeds fan in the world in the chat getting very, very excited. I will be doing Cardiff versus Leeds tomorrow and a huge chance for Leeds to get something on it. George says, Ben, you say about no home advantage. The Preston team had to get changed at a hotel and go straight to the pitch because Luton changing room is too small. Outstanding stuff from Luton. There we go. No social distancing at Luton. Zayon, greetings from Germany. We've had people from Australia, New Zealand, etc. today. Quick few more. Pontus is still Leeds. He certainly did you a favour today. Reed looked quality. Yes, he did, didn't he? Certainly proved himself at Blackburn and at Fulham to be a decent player. Hogan or Bamford? God. Bamford if I'm Bielsa, Hogan if I'm anyone else. Will says, great job. Thank you, Will. If you think I do a great job, why not support me? Super chat will cost you a couple of quid, but Patreon is the way. $5 a month to support me in my pursuits here. Mike also says, great job, Ben. Thank you, guys. It was Fulham 0, Brentford 2. Well played, Brentford. Benrahma and Marcondes breaking away at the end. Mitrovic not able to score. And the big headline today is going to be in the top two. Can West Brom and Leeds, take advantage and go 9 and 10 points clear, respectively? Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Could be a good day for Brentford, a good day for Derby, a good day for Swansea. Could be an even better day for West Brom and Leeds across the weekend with these results. Thank you for watching. Get involved, Super Chat or Patreon to donate and get involved. And I will see you tomorrow with a load of very excited Leeds fans in the chat, probably. Well played, Brentford. It was Fulham 0, Brentford 2 over. And out all quickly. There is a super chat. Thank you so much from Azuz, $10 there. Thank you. If you do want to donate to the channel, you can do that. And that is a lovely way to finish. Azuz donating $10 there, says loves the content. Thank you so much, Azuz. I very, very much appreciate that. Right. Over and out, everybody. Well played, Brentford.